Mm-hmm.
Friends, you may notice, like Jeff, I'm not wearing a coat either. I don't really mind this cold weather too much. I'm kind of used to it. Do you remember last time we did this? There's one thing we don't have tonight that we had. Like, we don't have mosquitoes. About the cold weather. Usually, in the latter part of October or the first part of November, I'm off in the mountains with my horses. We usually elk hunting. And a couple of years ago, my son and I went up, just the two of us, took two horses, and we were camped about 10,000 feet in the mountains in Colorado. And it gets cold up there. At 10,000 feet, it gets cold, even in October. We were there in November. And we camped in it. I have a white, what they call a wall tent. It's a canvas tent, has a hole, a flue hole, so you can put a wood burning stove in it. We have a little sheep herder stove, about like this, and you'd be surprised how comfortable that stove will keep that tent, as long as you keep the fire going. But once you get in your bed, no one wants to get out of the bed to keep the fire going, because it is cold. It is cold up there. I remember this one year, my son and I were there. We had, there was quite a bit of snow there. And in the middle of the night, it seems like things like this always happen 2 or 2:30 in the morning. 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard this racket, and it sounded like it was outside the tent. I wasn't sure if one of the horses had got loose or if there was a bear in camp.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded like, at 2 o'clock in the morning, it sounded like a bear. Now, I had a pistol next to me, next to my bedroll. Now, friends, I will not keep a loaded gun in the house. If a burglar broke in, they can have what they want, because I'm not going to shoot them. I do not keep a loaded gun in the house, but when we're in the mountains, I keep that for protection from varmints. Well, my son, it didn't wake my son up, so I had to get out of that sleep bag. Oh, it was cold. It was freezing. And I got a light, and I took the pistol and went to the door, the tent flap, and I looked out. It was snowing, and I shined the light on the ground. There were no tracks in the snow. Shined the light on the horses. They were asleep, covered with snow. And the noise kept getting louder, and it sounded like it was something big. And finally, it occurred to me the noise was coming from inside the tent. And so I keep a fairly clean camp. We throw all the trash out. I put in the horse trailer at night, so there's nothing in the tent to attract varmints. And I went over next to where we had our stove, and we had a little 5-gallon bucket that we put a garbage bag liner in it. Nothing else was in it, just the liner. It was white. And I cautiously shine my light down on this, in this bucket. And there was a mouse looking straight at me. His eyes were as big as my nose. That poor little thing was scared to death. And of course, what he'd done, he crawled up and fell in. He couldn't get back out. He couldn't climb up the slick walls of that tree. And I saved him. I took him out. I just remember the look of horror and panic on that. I didn't know mice had personalities. He was terrified. He did not know what he was going to do. All I could see was those great big, my wife calls them beady eyes, but these were desperate eyes that I saw. And I took him and I threw him out and turned him loose. It occurred to me, that what I had done was what we would call an act of grace, which we've been talking about tonight. I saw myself. When I looked at that mouse's face, I saw myself. I saw myself desperate and needing terribly the grace of God. So when I recall that look of horror, that look of desperation, it occurred to me that we are all in need of grace. It didn't remind me that night that it reflected on it. Of course, the words "amazing grace" become the natural words that saved a wretch like me. If ever there was a wretch, I know little mouse up in 10,000 feet in Colorado that was saved by a guy who needs to be saved himself. So let's sing this song together. Let's sing "Amazing Grace."